HB9KSZ, OR4ISS calling. Over. This is OR4ISS, loud and clear. Over. Talk to you. I'm ready for questions. Over. Jan, I think the most significant contribution to science so far has been making a discovery concerning salmonella, the common food poisoning. And from that, they've developed a brand new vaccine, which is very successful. This is a great story. It's going to save lives. Over. Fiona, great question. Besides the salmonella, I think a large one here is we're doing a lot of research on fundamental science, materials, properties, when you can solidify molten metal without the buoyancy effects and build larger, more pure crystals during that process. Doing combustion research, again without the buoyancy effects, to understand the physics of a flame. If we could find a way to make combustion burners for industrial uses or even home uses, just 1/2 of 1% more efficient, it would save millions of dollars worldwide immediately. The other thing we're doing that cannot be done on Earth is get ready to go further. We're just in low Earth now, 400 kilometers above the surface. Someday there's going to be human footprints on Mars, and it's about a 2-year trip to go there and back again. And we have to keep the crew healthy, ready to do the work. And that's definitely work we're doing right now. Over. Sebastian, great question. If we know that the space debris is out there and is a threat, we will do a little a maneuver to change our orbit a little bit to adjust us so we can avoid it. There is some debris that's a threat that we cannot see, and so the design of the space station has been designed to hopefully minimize the possibility of significant damage to the pressurized part of the space station. We had one time during my stay here when we learned of a significant piece of debris too late to do the maneuver. That made for some excitement as we had to close all of the hatches on the station and go to the Soyuz and hope for the best. Everything worked out. Over. Hey, Chris, the station is built for some protection, but not as much as one would wish. Our sleep quarters have a little more, have some special plastics that absorb some of the energy. At the altitude we're flying, we don't get into the worst of it. We get up here during a normal stay here, we get the equivalent of a few chest x-rays. Not a big deal. If the sun gets more active, or as it gets more active, we'll be watching that more closely because big solar events have the potential to throw big bursts of energy our way. Over. 75 kilowatts. That's a lot of energy for normal lights and computers, as well as the energy to run furnaces and equipment like that take a great deal of energy. Over. It has changed things. The space shuttle can bring a tremendous amount of cargo. So now we're, at the moment, much more dependent on the Russians for cargo, as the Progress ship that launched yesterday coming our way. But in addition, the Europeans have the ATV cargo vehicle, which has made 2 trips. 2 of those ships have come to the ISS, as well as a Japanese cargo ship has made 2 trips here. And there are several American companies that are close to having the capability to get cargo too. So we missed the shuttle, but we're finding ways to live without her. Over. Clinton, without a doubt, the most fascinating phenomenon has been the Aurora Borealis and the Aurora Australis. They were barely visible on my first return to space. Marco, as long as we're talking technology and future, let's talk way in the future and great technology. I would love to go home to spend a weekend with my family and then be able to come back up here and continue the mission. Over. Jan, we're not able to really cook up here. Unfortunately, the pots and pans have no use for us. All of our food is either in a pouch ready to just heat up, or it's in a plastic pouch ready to add water and wait a little bit to eat it. It gets a little boring, but there's a lot of variety, and the food's actually quite good. Over. The number one thing we do is keep ourselves and our crewmates safe. We don't let the fire get between us and our Soyuz, because our Soyuz is our ride home, and then we try to put it out, because a fire here with nowhere to go and no ability to open the windows is a very dangerous thing. Over. I think you get tired slower because you're really just floating around. So working and living up here in general is quite easy, and that's one of the reasons it's bad for your health, because when life is that easy, your bones, your muscles, your heart, your whole cardiovascular system gets lazy too. Over. Hey Chris, we use Universal Time or Greenwich Mean Time. I go to bed about 10 p.m. 2200 and get up about 6 in the morning by Universal Time, our standard, and and that's it. The whole day is scheduled very tightly for us. It's very long, very busy days, but we love it. Over. Hi, Solange. I think the most common noise is absolutely it's fans and pumps. Because without fans moving our air, we would develop oxygen deficient bubble around our head.